Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Marvel Rivals Championship Season 1 game. This is Asia PC. We're in the open qualifiers. And on the left, on defense in Hall of Jalia, it is RabbitGyatt. And on the right, it is Legit L. Now, this is made up of a couple familiar faces. We've got a couple members from RabbitGyatt here. The team that I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, came third. Yes, I am remembering correctly. Came third in the previous Marvel Rivals Championship. So, Season 0, experienced hands once again. RabbitGyatt have their work cut out for them. Wolverine earning yet another ban, as does Storm. Namor taken out. Penny and the Winter Soldier going to be the protected characters so far. Have been seeing a lot of talk about Penny maybe making a resurgence this season, thanks to the ability to try and shut down the Thing with that very short cooldown stun with the Cyberweb Snare. And there goes the Hulk. Star-Lord. We're also seeing Star-Lord and Winter Soldier pop up very often in these Season 1 games. Triple Strategist seems to be the path so far for Legit L. Adam Warlock, Mantis to protect that Star-Lord. Get the triple cocoon. RabbitGyatt going for a little bit of a gamble here. They're bringing out the Spider-Man. Could be very strong here. We'll have to see. For now, though, let us introduce our players in this best of one series. On the left-hand side, in the blue trunks, it is going to be RabbitGyatt with Sabo Jr. going to be playing the Spider-Man. Gyatibeo. Gyatibeo? That's the best way I'm going to be able to say that. Gyatibeo going to be playing on that Doctor Strange. Enquiries going to be on the Invisible Woman. Oricano going to be playing the Cloak and Dagger. Circumciser going to be playing Winter Soldier. I Love Men 56 going to be on Magneto. They are RabbitGyatt. And on the right, Legit L with Loctaro going to be playing Adam Warlock. Rose fans going to be on the Lunar Snow. Xiang Hun bringing out the Mantis. Ripasuko going to be bringing out the Doctor Strange, a name I can't read, I'll try to do a translation for later, on Magneto. And RabbitGyatt themselves going to be playing on the Star-Lord as Legit L push onto the point. RabbitGyatt wrapping around, they're going for that solo duelist. Blaster Barrage in the backline, picks off Oricano, but Sabo swinging in, gets a pick up onto Xiang Hun, but it's still going very heavily right now in favor of Legit L. Revives are coming out. That's the sleep. Xiang Hun takes it. Revenge is achieved. And with that, the point has been controlled. Xiang Hun going to eat the damage there so that they can pad healing numbers. The little head pop. I've not seen that before. Taking damage, pad healing numbers. I wonder if that charges your ult charge. I assume it would. Very cool to see here. Big damage coming out there. Damage boosting onto the Star-Lord as Blaster Barrage in the backline. Not able to find the target. Wants to try and chase him down. Not going to be able to do so. But this is still a solid push-up by Legit L. Sabo not finding their target. Sends out all the tracers and then backs away. Gets a map heal. Going in for another pass. Spotted right off the bat there by Adam Warlock. Finds you, misses the combo. Lockdown picked off here. Meteor M for Magneto. Into the backline. Not enough to take them down, but I Love Men will still fall. Here comes the Eternal Bond from RabbitGyatt to try and give them the chance to turn this round, trying to create an area of toxicity for Legit L to prevent him from pushing in, and that will force Xiang Hun to drop out the Soul Rejuvenation. RabbitGyatt on the backline though, and they are able to wipe out everyone. I Love Men respawned, but not wanting to step too far out of base as they are rushed down. Holding the spawn point. Waiting until they're a couple steps away before damaging them, preventing them from just running back in, forcing them to eat it. and then reposition. Sabo sticking with Spider-Man here. Tracer blocked. Aya Magamoto comes out, sidestepped, locks down I Love Men, but no one else here. Onto Star-Lord, wants to try and set him up, misses the spectacular fist. Pushing in, they do have the spectacular spin if they want to go for it as the resets tried to come in from Circumciser. No ultimate from Sabo, holds onto it. Loctaro went down, but is immediately just going to come back with the cocoon as Legit L keep their push going. RabbitGyatt takes out Oricado. RabbitGyatt goes down. Gyatabe goes down. RabbitGyatt. Sabo Jr. Gonna have to be the one to pull off the miracle play here. Has to get the wraparound. Misses the Tracer. Tracked down by RabbitGyatt and picked off once again. The car moving slowly forward. Loctaro picks up an elimination here. Keeping them zoned, keeping them pushed away. The car is creeping in bit by bit. It is on the way, but it's got quite a way to go, especially with no one else here. Down goes Sabo once again, still holding on to that. Oh, Galactic Legend comes in. Invisible Boundary to try and counter it. Great ultimate there by RabbitGyatt. RabbitGyatt, can they find anyone? No. Ultimate will just be cancelled. Shut down here. Sabo, another chance. Meteor M into the back line. Sabo taken out again. Meteor M shuts him down. Aya Magamoto. Ribasako cannot find the back line, but is still able to just push through the front line. And that is a wipe. Sabo, they need to get onto the point. They're the only one who could possibly reach it fast enough. They're in. There's the ultimate. Spectacular spin. They get RabbitGyatt, but they're all that's left. Forced off the point. Karmic Revival to shut it down anyway. And that's the triple for Legit L.
Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
Nicely done. RabbitGyatt. Lot of pressure on them now. Can they do anything to turn this round? Because Legit L are currently in full control of this game with the triple. Are we going to see any compositional mix-ups? Looks like we're sticking as is for now. Let's see if I can get my my translation up. See if we can get a super scuffed Google Translate idea of what this player's name is. Okay, we're going to do that, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. It is apparently Hanlu Road. That's the best I'm going to be able to do with that. I apologize if it is incorrect. I unfortunately barely even speak English because my school system wasn't very good.
Doctor Strange, wow.
So, Legit L. Sticking with the exact same composition. RabbitGyatt not going with the same composition. We're abandoning Spider-Man, and Hela has entered the field. They're also mixing it up with a solo Vanguard here. Yatabeo bringing out the Doctor Strange as I Love Men is going to be bringing out the Lunar Snow, going triple strategist themselves. But they stick with double Duelist instead of double Vanguard. See if this works out. Portal to shut them down. I love that. Prevent the flank by shutting off the attack angle. Forcing them to fight on the ramp. Hanlu Road on the high ground. Keeping the pressure on. Trying to poke them away with those AoE hits. Down goes the portal, meaning they can now step up a little bit. But again, Hanlu is piling on pressure on the stairs. Trying to keep them back. Buying time, delaying, wasting time. As RabbitGyatt do not have a lot of time to waste as Circumciser goes down. Pushing in. Making space. The aggression is huge. Getting slept by Madness. Sung Hyun is piling on pressure there. Damage boost onto the Star-Lord as they break on through. Hanlu gets eaten and they wipe everyone else off the board. I Love Men and Gyatabeyo taken down. Sabo Jr. taken out by Hanlu. What is the reaction by RabbitGyatt? Is there anything that they are going to mix up or they're just going to try again? They do have access to Portal. Gonna be used. They can't break the siege, so they're going to go around it. Guardian Shield to protect them. I like that, to make sure that they have the space to go up. Coming in with the Sephiroth barrier to make sure that they have that maximum possible protection so that their team can make their way in. But here comes the Galactic Legend. Invisible Boundary shut down, picked off though. ByattGyatt absolutely punished there, taking a lot of damage. But Legit L still have positioning, and they have ultimate advantage here as Rip Asuko onto the high ground. Aya Magamoto gonna wipe out the attackers here. Oricano bought some time utilizing that eternal bond, but they're all that's really left. Yadabeo has their own Aya Magamoto, but they are alone here. It is not worth using. Gonna let it go. 1 minute and 37 seconds left for RabbitGyatt to get on this board. In the meantime, Hanlu Road is piling on the pressure, keeping them zoned, wasting more time. Keeping RabbitGyatt from getting onto the point, but ultimates starting to come online for both teams here. Goddess of Death for Samo could be a game changer. Kraken Impact, we've seen it turn games around. They have that fate of both worlds. Legit L though, all 3 strategist ultimates available, and they have Meteor M. Soul Rejuvenation, Fate of both worlds, and Karmic Revival. Stair push, classic, old-fashioned stair push. Sabo taking a lot of damage, will get healed up by the Cloak and Dagger. Finding some good hits onto Loctaro, but healed up immediately. One hit onto Sunghyun would be huge right now, but ByattGyatt on the flank. Trying to step up, gets into the healing. Astral Flock up to the high ground. They want to try and take out Sunghyun. Goddess of Death inside the building here. Meteor M to shut it down though. And Sabo's taken out. ByattGyatt into the Galactic Legend. Sabo will tank through though. Here comes the counter pickup. Circumciser did drop a Kraken Impact, but can't find a single elimination. They're on the point. Fate of both worlds being used. Eternal Bond from Oricano as the members are falling one by one. Seung-hoon with the Soul Rejuvenation, and they are melting through the members of RabbitGyatt in the overtime. Force them off the point. Down goes the backline. Down goes the front line. And with only Spider-Man left, Sabo once again trying for a last-second dive. That is going to be it as Legit L take the game.
Final score 0-2-3.
Nicely done, Legit L.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Some experienced hands on this team. And they make their mark here in the Marvel Rivals Championship Season 1. MVP going over to Rip Asuko. 29-2, with 12 of those being final hits. Almost getting top damage in the game, but being sniped at the end by ByattGyatt. Again, showing just how powerful Strange and Magneto, despite their nerfs, still are. The damage output for both of these tanks is insane. Well, damage blocked, 24 and 17k, still huge. Top damage blocked, of course, the solo tank. Gyarabeo giving it their best, but getting taken out 8 times. Sabo having a rough game there, trying to bring it with the Spider-Man. They do get 3 final hits, which is still pretty big. That is tied to the highest on their team, with I Love Men picking up 3 as well. But Sabo not able to get too much momentum going. Just getting shut down by the shields, by the protection, by the strategists, giving too much healing here. Speaking of top healing, going over to Oricano. 23k. Enquiries also getting 22k. Both of them more than Rose fans, the highest on the side of Legit L, who only got 20k. But their team was also alive for longer and had more shielding, a little bit of damage blocked instead. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our game for today. I hope you enjoyed Legit L on the scene. Another team to watch. I'm trying to bring you as many teams to watch as possible so that we get these covered. Hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. Make sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so And you can see when these casts go live. They're best of ones during open qualifiers. We'll be covering open qualifiers across all the regions. Same as last time. Open qualifiers across all the regions, starting with PC, and then once PC, we've gone through all the grand finals. We'll be going into the console brackets as well. So make sure to stay subscribed, ring that notification bell for that, and then heading into Season 2. That's the plan. Just keep it going. Keep on cruising. But for now, like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Let me know what teams you'd like me to watch and what your favourite things about Season 1 are in comparison to Season 0 so far. For now, though, thank you very much for watching. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow.